Hello everyone, this is Minoxen bringing you another high-definition commentary of Heroes of Newerth. This is going to be another one of the In-House League games here. Looks like the majority of EG going to be facing off against a variety of folk here. And I am joined by the wonderful Onaprayer. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, me too. I never think about the viewers, but that's you know, who's asking them how they're doing?
Me.
That's what you're good for. So, we've got the bands already out here. Do you want to touch on those real quick?
Yeah, bands were Pharaoh, Magnus, Puppet Master, Hellbringer, Soul Stealer, Tremble, Bubbles. Vindicator is the only one that's a bit surprising, but I forgot who. I think it's Braxbrax likes him, but
I think I've seen him play it on the cast that I've done before with him, yeah.
Yeah, and then Pharaoh is Senders. I didn't see who banned whom because we kind of fast-forwarded in the
Pink started it with Vindy, then it went to Pharaoh, then to Soul Stealer, Tremble, Puppet, Hellbringer, Magnus, and Bubbles.
Yeah.
So.
These are all pretty reasonable. Like, the ones that kind of own in these games are, yeah, Bubbles and Pharaoh.
And I mean, Tremble's totally and completely balanced, so there's no reason, I don't know why he's banned, but...
Incredibly.
What are your feelings on Tremble there?
I can't really judge accurately. Like, I didn't like Broodmother and Dota.
True.
And I enjoyed my first game with Tremble, but then after that, he's really boring to use, in my opinion. It's kind of like, if not for the fact that you have a pet that has one skill, I'd find him like...
I thought he was kind of like a mixture of a Broodmother and a Geo, kind of in a way, right? I mean, that's what it seemed like.
I guess.
This little poison lifesteal kind of type thing that he had going, but... I don't know. And his creep itself is almost the strength of a hero, but...
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, Electrician's really big counter. Like, one shock from the ultimate gets rid of it pretty much.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really low
sense.
cooldown though, so you could just resummon it easily. I don't think the gold bounty is actually that high. I think it's like 75 gold or something.
Yeah, it's not much, trust me. I've had to deal with that thing. Yeah, I haven't actually done a cast since, I guess, Tremble or Nomad have been implemented here. Of course, neither of them are in the game, so I guess we can hold our talk off on them until... we get to cast one of those games. But we do have some interesting heroes coming out here. On the Legion team, we have Nymphora, Witchslayer, Chipper, Pebbles, and Wretched Hag. And I just am looking forward to the Nymphora Pebbles, since that's one of the favorite strats that I like to have run when we do, when we lane together, me and my pal. Nymphora is just nice for all the manners.
Yeah, it's real sweet. Just really easy to get around the map. And Ja loves his Nymphora. They just like most played by a long shot. But yeah, over on the Hellborn team, they've actually been playing with each other for a real long time. They were in clans together, if they're not already tagged up on a similar team. Well, Korok's now in SK, but it used to be an Easy Peasy, which Brax and Grant are still in. And I think zzrick was in it at one point, so they do know each other. I guess each team has one that they're... I mean, they've all played with each other in the In-House League. They pretty much, however it goes, but they usually pick their own teammates if they're available, since they're just used to it.
Yeah.
Instead of picking someone unfamiliar or...
Well, isn't that kind of how the whole in-house thing works? Where they, like, the little bot will choose the team captains and then they get to choose from the pool available kind of type thing?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's you players sign in and then the captains pick from the available pool. So not necessarily anyone who signs will get picked, but...
True.
You'll
usually want to pick your friends, I mean, or people you've worked with, so if it's 2 squads, then that'll basically be the lineup. But these are usually always really fun matches. Most of the in-house league stuff I've ever seen is usually at least an hour long in most cases, or 45 I think is the shortest one, just because they usually don't make the quick, simple mistakes that'll throw a game too badly, too quickly.
Yeah, most people will tell you that it's pretty even, because I'm going to say it's rough, but they do have to be vouched, so they have to be on a particular skill level, and they will get banned for doing things that are, that aren't up to par. So whoever is still in it, or whoever is there is pretty even all around, and people, they pick, the teammates that are kind of even. So when one person takes one overpowered teammate, they counter.
Counter with some other individual.
Yeah, overpowered individual. But hero-wise, actually, I'm just looking at it. They've gotten a lot of heroes that they enjoy to play. So Busca
they got a ton of magic damage on that Legion team. So that is, I guess that's kind of a theme for both squads here, since they got Thunderbringer, Torturer, Andromeda, Myrmidon, and Dr. Repulsor on the Hellborn, which I hadn't touched on yet. But Trilane versus Trilane going out bottom. Torch, and Andro facing off against the Witch Slayer, Nymphora, and Pebbles combination.
Yeah.
Who do you think has an advantage in that lane? I'm not. I'm gonna lean it maybe a little bit towards the Legion.
Yeah, well, I'm never really a fan of Pebbles trialing, but in general, the Hellborn team has an advantage before they hit level 2 for sure. I mean, Pebbles not having a combo.
True.
But until level 3, the Hellborn team has an advantage. So if they get the kills, I mean, Pebbles really squishy, has like doesn't even have 1 armor. So.
And they do have the 3 ranged versus the 2 and 1, so that's at least a little bit of an advantage.
Andromeda is a range hero. Well, is a melee disguised as a range hero, pretty much.
Well, she's not that stupendous at it, that's for sure. But
yeah, I know what you mean. But in general, like they're being aggressive, but if they can get easy kills because there's not that much damage coming out at level 1. Like now, there's this little stun here. There's a little stun here, and he's still going to be sitting at low HP. But they can't really kill him even with all their combos.
Or can they? Oh, Busca being chased down, and Torture was being chased down as well. And now it's going to leave Myrmidon as the unfortunate first blood E there. Second one for the team there as he was in on the chase for that Pebbles. And unfortunately they decided, hey, you know what, we're not going to get Tort. Let's go ahead and focus this Myrmidon. Sounds fun.
Yeah, and he went a little bit too far out over there and paid for it. I'm not sure why he
saw
was
red.
that. Yeah, I think so. It's like waved it in his face. And tunnel vision and all that, yeah. Like I said, like at level 1 it's really hard because they don't do that much damage, but Nymphora actually does quite a bit of damage. So if it's combo correctly and then they auto attack, like they can actually take someone down, but it'll take a lot. And if they counter properly, then they can get some kills. But Torture just lost a significant portion of his mana throughout that. And in the other lanes, action at bottom, I heard a stun.
Yeah, a little bit of an action there. Oh, but Busca does get caught on Pebbles in the end of that weed field, but he's going to be okay sitting here at about half health, and his mana battery's pretty full. I was checking out middle at the same time you were getting ready to go to the other lanes. Looks like Dr. Repulsor's got a little bit better creep score situation going, but Chipper does have regeneration bottled now, so that might give him a bit of an edge. Dr. Repulsor not having picked up his bottle quite yet.
Yeah, Repulsor hits one of the hardest of all the... if not the hardest of any in Tiro, and his animation's pretty good. But damage-wise, I mean, rockets provide a lot more harass, so not Chipper, but the Repulsor has to be a little bit careful, like you see there.
Oh. And if we see bottom, we got Andromeda who is trying to get out of here. She managed to, I won't even say dodge, because Witch Slayer just completely missed. Oh, and Dr. Repulsor actually going down to Chipper, thinking that he had it, but now the regen going to be helping him out. But yeah, the Andro was trying to get out through the woods there. Nymphora got a nice shot off, landed both directions on her Zeal. And then Witch Slayer missed his stun, but it forced her to go ahead and try and dodge a little extra, even though she didn't need to, because he didn't click on her to cast it. Was just trying for the line cast. And Pebbles was able to clean up. I'm not sure who actually got the kill down there. I guess Nymph got the kill on that. Or, well, no. Pebbles has one, too. I'm not sure who got it.
Yeah, so it looks like they're actually... been doing pretty well over there. I thought they would be at a disadvantage, but apparently not. I'm not sure why. I mean,
well, I like the 3 range stuns along with the the big AOE stun there combination. See here comes again the trio getting this Andromeda. As top, we saw someone else go down there as well. Had Wretched Hag go down at top. I just barely caught the end of her right as the action came out bottom. And Myrmidon going mid is scouted out by a rocket though. And now Chipper going to be playing very cautiously now. And bottom, wow, look at this camera work. Awesome here. Torture going to go down to the mighty fist of Pebbles. Nicely done there. As this Legion team is taking a pretty good lead so far, 5-1. This bottom lane's definitely working for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Like, they got the kill, but it's because Myrmidon had gone to mid. Then so Andromeda died. Then Torture was left on his own, and I guess he didn't realize the range of the spells. But yeah, he got caught out afterwards too. Like, it's done quite commonly. Like, if you're in that position, like, you really need to stay as far back as possible until all members of your tri lane come back. Otherwise, like, you'll typically pay for it unless they decide not to do anything. But against these teams, I mean, you have to expect it. But regardless, yeah.
Yeah, Merm was sticking around a little too long there. I was keeping the camera trying to watch him. Oh, and there we go. The Zeus ultimate coming out there, or whatever his name is, Thunderbringer, using his ultimate there to go ahead and pick up the kill on that Nymphora, who had limped her way up there to help Chipper before heading her way back. But yeah, he was just sitting there. Merm was waiting that middle, and Chipper knew he was there, so I don't know why he just didn't go ahead and head back to bottom, because he was giving away, and he'd sat there for so long. His illusions were about to wear out, so he's there for almost a solid minute. But it ended up coming to get him because Chipper had help finally show up.
Yeah, nice revenge kill with the Thunderbringer ultimate, but obviously it's not what they would like. So they actually are behind 6-2 in mid. That was actually, well, it's a little too far. Yeah, I would have to rewind a while to actually discuss what happened, but the Chipper had landed the rockets on Repulsor, and Repulsor realized he wasn't going to get away, so he did the best he could to do something. Like, he realized he was in an unfortunate situation, but it was pretty close. Like, saw at the end of that, but anyway, that was a while ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, Repulsor had the early advantage. He was winning the creep score, and that bottle was a huge turnaround there in that fight that took Repulsor down. So they did need Myrmidon to try and come and help balance things out a little bit, maybe. But I think he did stick around just a little bit too long. As now we see in this bottom lane, they're just staying so super aggressive, keeping that Hellborn team locked up at their tower, just not letting them do much of anything.
Yeah, well, when you're at a disadvantage in a tri lane, it's really, really hard. That's actually why Myrmidon decided to leave. He realized that they were kind of under level. Like, every level counts in a tri lane. If you're behind by even one, then miss stun by Witch Slayer.
Nice ward of sight there by Nymph as well. Spotted that Myrm coming up from there, and now Chipper's going to try and look for him. And there he is. Hey, there's a level 3 Myrmidon. Golds. Let's get them. As he does go ahead and do that. Dr. Repulsor trying to pull off some work here onto the... Here comes the TPs. They are going to save him. Save him!
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what happens when you have a team.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't taunt him. You would have thought that was like the perfect... Nice.
So close. He was actually almost... No, actually Chipper... Oh, Chipper chugged his bottle. That's why he was in as good health as he was, because he was pretty hurt before.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that the Thunderbringer against Hag is a pretty good matchup for Thunderbringer. I mean, one nuke is just like...
Yeah, it's a pretty massive amount there on her, unfortunately. That whole blink thing doesn't do her a lot of good when it's a pretty much instantaneous cast.
Yeah, it also has a mini stun, so even if she tries to blink, it'll kind of cancel the animation for the extra, whatever, 0.6 seconds, I think. I don't know. But it's pretty good.
Slayer, what are you doing, bro? Oh, okay, he was trying to get initiation going out. Chipper did show up for the gank. They are going to go ahead and torture. That is totally worth it there. I will go ahead and trade a Witch Slayer for a Torturer. And raise you possibly a Pebbles. Nope, he's going mid.
Item-wise, Pebbles actually having Steam Boots. Interesting. But if you're going to go Portal Key, Steam Boots are actually considered the best option. And if you go semi-carry, like you get a Demonic Breastplate, Steam Boots quite beneficial. Wow.
Didn't even see that. She got evaporated.
Yeah, that was... I'm assuming it just got laid down and just like sawdust.
Caught a volley, yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, Dr. Repulsor going on to Pebbles. Myrmidon to back him up. They do get the weed field off. A toss coming back onto Pebbles. The TP not coming in quite quick enough. Nymphora's here, but nothing she can do as the triad of Hellborn players does pick up that tasty little Pebbles.
Yeah, nice job. All three of them actually vacating the bottom lane. Screw this, we've had enough. As at the top, yeah, Witch Slayer kind of doing the same thing, having died at bottom. It's actually a pretty strategic move. You die and then they don't know where you are, so you can show up anywhere on the map.
True, yeah. I mean, they're probably expecting you back in your lane, but there's always that opportunity. You show up out of the middle of nowhere and land that crucial stun. As here's that toss onto the Chipper. Oh, that was sweet. Unfortunately, not able to follow it up as the weed field does prevent any chasing. They will pick up this Myrmidon kill here with most certainty. There we go. Going and popping the ultimate. Not sure it was necessary, but they do get the kill with it. And now Andro going to be joining in on the fun, and some TPs coming in to to be stunned. As yeah, I think they need to go ahead and back it up now, because their daddy taught them good.
Yeah, real good. That was interesting. The Myrmidon definitely sacrificing himself for the greater good.
I would love to have seen that Chipper pick up that kill after the big alley-oop.
Yeah, it's always nice to see. It's like whenever you have one of those heroes. I guess Chipper is not like the most impressive to watch, Oh dear. Thunderbringer getting caught out between a rock and
A rock and a really ugly woman, which is about as that's the hard
Yeah.
place there. That's another
Yeah.
no real good place to go there.
Nope. But yeah, like, where was I? Middle of saying, yeah, they're really not in a good position right now. They have so much early burst damage coming off the Legion team. It can be overcome, but it takes a while because they really need those items to survive. And until then, just like the chipper barrage and the ultimate, just, you get burned down so fast. And there's nothing they can really do. I mean, once a Shamana hits level 6, you can swap someone out and sacrifice yourself and, you know, all that. But at this stage of the game, when they're behind from the Chi lane, and
Oh god, there's the nymph port. I was wondering what that was. I was like, why'd they ping there? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because they're gonna tower dive. Unfortunately, didn't pan out for them because their initiation was a little sloppy, but still a nice use of her ultimate. Going ahead and picking that up already.
oh, nice repulsor in mid. That was a nice job. Although, yeah.
I think his magnets and stuff go very well. They complement the chipper ultimate there when laying around in them.
Doc Ock goes down.
And he does it. Oh, Thunderbringer almost picked up like a triple kill there. That was pretty tight on all three of those players there on the Legion side, but unfortunately he does get none.
Yeah. Oh, what was I saying? Right. It was a nice job. Repulsor came and used his magnetic contraption. His first skill gives like 800 clear vision or something. So
Yeah.
he was spotting which Slayer in the side over there. Unfortunately, if he, yeah, wasn't in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Not quite.
Let me see. Farm-wise,
yeah, I was just getting ready to touch on that. The Legion team actually having a pretty nice farm with that chipper at currently 359 gold per minute. It's only 12 minutes into the game, but that's still a substantial amount of gold as he has his glowstone and some other stuff. Top, we've got action, though. Thunderbringer going to eat the combo from Pebbles, narrowly dodging the Nymph Zeal, and unfortunately that is going to spell doom for Pebbles and most likely this Nymphora as well.
Yeah, Hag swinging around trying to get the kill onto Thunderbringer, but wisely.
Oh, nice ultimate though goes out as he does go ahead and try and gonna pick up a double, but oh, instead gives them a double, landing onto the
oh dear.
Torturar.
Yeah, I went in mid. I see like I was like, what happened there? And I see just magnets lying everywhere.
Oh, yep, I didn't even see that one go down. I was too distracted with the run around at top.
Yeah. Nice job by Torture, of course, you know, using the fog, and then Thunderbringer coming back from his little hiding spot, knowing that Hag was going to swing around the back of the tower, so he didn't actually return to base. So.
But this chipper is just crazy right now. He's 9-0-1, 356 gold per minute. He's definitely playing really well here. I haven't seen him really miss hardly any of his missiles. Usually it's just a scout missiles whenever he sends one out, or rocket, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. To be fair, they do have a lot of stun for him to line it up properly, but
true.
Even still, it's still impressive. I always consider like the machine gun barrage is just like if you ever hear someone like click it, because you just like hold down that Q and just like spam mouse. You heard that too, right?
I heard the ultimate go out, but it didn't go anywhere. As Pebbles now going to be caught by this Torturer, unfortunately, is going to probably go down here if Andro can get a stun off. Yes, she does.
Oh, nice. He actually turned around. The animation went off like it was kind of like he tried to toss him, but he was a little too far away. So I saw him like stop for 0.2 seconds trying to toss him, but then he just kept running.
I like the ward buddies at middle there as they both see both teams, and they're like, huh, okay, well, they were here. Where'd they go? Oh, and they do get the stun out. Oh, there's the ultimate from Witch Slayer, and the combination of rockets coming out, just like you were talking about, hitting that stunned opponent. The ultimate going to take down Dr. Repulsor, who is just having a fantastic game at 1-5.
Yeah, Thunderbringer actually from that nuke, he spotted the ward. He hit it once. He tried to kill it. In the middle of the team fight, he stops there. He's like, hey, wait a minute. Then he realizes that he should be trying to kill his enemies. But anyway, they know there's a ward there. You actually see him pinging it, so they're going to counter ward it as soon as possible. Or he could just bolt someone and, you know.
And get another couple shots off.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I don't know. As far as like late game potential, I don't know. They've got a Hag, and Chipper's not that awful. But Chipper actually, speaking of which, being very greedy, wanting to expand his kill count, does quite a bit of a tower dive there and gets caught out for it, rightfully so. And bottom, we have Pebbles, who's going to go ahead and try and clear up a creep wave. I thought he was taking tower, but he's not.
Yeah, he did some damage. The toss does the damage to the tower, so got a little bit out of note. What were you saying? Which team?
The Legion team, as far as their endgame versus Hellborn, I mean, Dr. Repulsor, if he gets great farm, is absolutely amazing and really hard to stop once he gets rolling. But with his current situation, it's going to be really hard for him to get to that point right now. He's at 200 gold per minute, which is still semi-respectable, given his 1 in 5 score. But what do you think that the Hellborn needs to do to get back around in this? They've already been doing it a little bit. They are now 21 to 12, which is a lot better than where they were sitting before. But
yeah, well, they're doing what they need to do. They just have to wait for the team to make a few mistakes and overplay, and then that'll turn around. But they just have to play really, really cautious, ward up properly, stack the jungle maybe. But I haven't seen people doing that lately. But yeah, just warding and not being aggressive right now. It's unless they get a pick off, which isn't gonna be, like, even for that, like, they can't really afford because all Legion towers are up, so they can't really pick anyone off. Like, there's nowhere they can possibly go that maybe this hag, but.
Yeah, I was. Oh, jeez. Speaking of hag, sorry, I was thinking about late game potentials and things like that, and my mind was busy. But yeah, we have Wretched Hag going down up top, is going to be taken down along with Nymphora, whom I cannot manage to click on for some reason. Chipper going to be following very soon, unless he can get a. Nope, he's not. His focus buffer was still down, and yeah.
That would be a hat trick.
That's a hat trick. And they do get a tower to go along with it. So, wow, well done to the Hellborn, as that puts them pretty well back back in the game. It's now they're down to a 1,400 gold disadvantage, and they actually have an experienced lead right now.
Yeah, they're saying that Busca had DC'd, but not entirely sure what took place over there. I was focusing on top, then all of a sudden at bottom, some things started happening.
All hell broke loose. Or all Hellborn broke loose in this case. But so yeah, that tower defense tower from bottom is going to go down. That's going to give a little bit more of this gold advantage back into the Legion. That does go ahead and change that score just a little. Still anyone's game though. It's 21 to 15. They have managed to close the gap a really large margin so far. And they're wanting to set something up with this Thunderbringer. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get it off here, as Nymphora was thinking about a port, but doesn't need it since Pebbles has picked up his portal key. So that's what he's been working on. And now Thunderbringer going to go down as well.
Yeah. Nice job actually tossing him onto a teammate so Witchslayer can stun both. Oh, nice, nice.
Oh.
Sacrificing, but I like it. Manly play.
Manly, but at what cost? As, yeah, he manages to pick up, Witchslayer? He took Repulsor for Witchslayer? Yeah, worth it, totally.
See? No cost is too great.
The pros say it. It's got to be true. I mean, Onaprayer, that's dubious, but...
Yeah.
So, Torture... Oh, God, now they're just having fun with it, deciding to sit in tower here constantly while they're, like, level 10s and such. As they do pick up a tower kill middle. Pebble's going to be trying to dodge his creep train. Going to use that portal key. There it is. To get away. As Andromeda, the mighty woman that she is what the? Oh, Thunderbringer.
Nice.
There we go. He should have used that portal key a little sooner.
For the win.
Oh, so man, yeah, it's 26 to 18, and wow, the Legion did manage to snatch the experience lead as FujiApples gets another nice volley of rockets off into a disarmed disabled person.
How do you like them apples?
But I need to get like a little soundboard with that on it, especially for Onaprayer cast, because you got a million of those.
Yeah, no, but Thunderbringer is actually doing quite well, and of course with the spell shards, he actually does a significant amount of damage. He was always reasonable, but with that addition, a lot of spell heroes that do burst damage and continual damage, like Pyromancer, just all those repeated nukes. Really, really good with that item. Oh yeah. I think Nymphora ultimate cooldown maybe.
Yep, it was an Nymphold, that's for sure. She managed to take him into those trees, followed by Pebbles Blink and Combo and Nymph Zeal and Dead Repulsor. And it was good times had by all the Legion team.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the mechanic. Hopefully, fine-tune his gear and just like
he
get
needs
back
to.
in this game.
2 and 7. He's not doing real hot, but he has actually increased his farm by 20 gold per minute. So
dare I say he's a bit rusty?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no. But in any case, that's pretty much. Well, the experience and gold is just it hasn't increased, so that's pretty good. As the game goes on, you kind of expect the team that has the advantage to, if they continue it, it should actually increase. So the fact that it hasn't means that Hellborn team's still not out of it just yet. Thunderbringers looks like he was going for Staff of the Master. Yeah, he has Glowstone and Mighty Blade. Torture looks like he's going for Shaman's Headdress. Definitely gonna help out over there. I was thinking like Shaman's Headdress or Shrunken Head, but I guess he wants to do it for the team. And Andromeda just support items probably. Yeah, Striders, Mana Battery, Myrmidon, same thing pretty much. He does have Mystic Vestments and. Yeah, Repulsor actually is like, screw it. He gets himself another Amulet of Exile, it's now called. Yep. And a Mighty Blade, gonna go for this
Witch
Slayer.
And going to do it very well. As unfortunately he is now out of mana, but hey, he got a kill for it, so I would trade that. And he'll regen in time.
Yep. That's pretty much how I like to play Repulsor. Just like use all your mana, get the killer too, and rinse and repeat.
Well, I mean, that's, the further that he travels, the more damage it does. I don't know that I've played Repulsor in a very, very long time, but at least on Storm Spirit, that is how it was. Yeah. The further distance he traveled, the larger the damage that he... I don't know if it caps out, does it?
No. Any hero that you pass through will be damaged based on distance traveled, right? And it doesn't increase per level. It's just the speed of your travel increases per level, so...
Okay.
Yeah. It does actually make a difference. That's why it's like some people won't pick the second level of the ult up. They'll rather max out their other abilities, but the extra speed does matter. Especially if you go long distances. But where was I? Yeah, item-wise, you are going to... Oh, Nymphora ult somewhere?
Yes, she is, and there's Pebbles to try and land the stun. He does land the stun, but Myrmidon does jet out of it, so he doesn't need the whole duration of it. And now Pebbles in a lot of trouble, does die. And a Wretched Hag ultimate catching, I believe it only caught Thunderbringer there, and it did not do much, if any, damage. So we've got 2 down for the Legion. I'm trying to see where the hell everyone is. Wretched Hag's going to go ahead and get out of there. Blue does go down to Korok.
Yeah.
So 3 for 1, and it was just an Andro at that. So not the best of... that was actually a Legion initiation, too. Unfortunately,
I mean... Yeah, kind of. That's why it was a little surprising. Chipper, I thought he was going to focus buffer him, but I think he didn't realize he was going to go so soon. Like, focus buffer him and then he jumps in, so that, he's obviously going to be a big target, so he'll have the extra, our damage absorption. It's like 600, yeah, 600 at level 4. But anyway, he jumped in and he missed. He didn't so much miss as got, like... He hit him with like 1 stone.
Yeah, one of the... I'm not sure how many different little impacts does it make on his stun. I don't know that it actually says that. Oops.
I don't think it does.
But it wasn't the full 2-second duration of his stun, which it normally is. It was maybe just a brief little thing.
Yeah, because he actually managed to get his waveform off, so... Interesting little scenario over there. What was I going to say before that happened? Right, so item-wise, yeah, there is a Neophyte's book over on M4. I assume she's going to go for a Tablet of Command.
That would be a good pickup on her, or a typical pickup anyways.
Yeah, it's cheapest support item you can possibly get. Cost is increased now that it does take Major Totem again instead of the, whatever you call the mana component of the Bracer, I forget.
I used to be Robe of the Magi, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And I will find it even if it kills me. There we go, Apprentice Robe.
Oh, it looks like Master Staff finished up on Thunderbringer as well.
So it does cost a little bit more, but definitely it's, for the utility, it's, 20, 40. Definitely reasonable if you can manage it. And looks like they want something in mid. Oh, dear.
They want it bad, as looks like Rich is going to be trying to go ahead and back. Oh, the swap coming out from Andromeda, though, as he is going to get his ultimate off, but doesn't matter. There's plenty of Hellborn teammates here to go and wrap this up. And now, unfortunately, Wretched Hag going to go down as well. Pebbles isn't even paying attention to the Myrmidon in his back. He's seeing red, wants that Andromeda, and gets knocked on his ass because of it. But he gets out. He gets out. Thunderbringer now running for his life.
No.
Oh.
I thought they were going to stand near him so you could blink in and throw someone, but that was, not to be.
Yep, that might have been the better option.
Well, when you're chasing someone, I'm just observing him. I'm like, do it, and he's in his mind. He's just like trying to get in there and
get
do
that
work.
stun off.
Yeah, I was in the middle of items. Chipper, yeah, I did see it for the last 2 fights. I believe Staff of the Master has been finished on him, but his earlier dominance is now. He's still owning, but he's not, not quite. Like, nobody's scared to enter the ring now.
Yeah, he's dropped by about 30 gold per minute from his prior glories, but he's still doing respectable, that's for sure. 13 and 3.
Yeah, it's one of those things that he's not really getting the creep score, but he's getting the kills and assists, so that does add up to quite a bit. And if you don't die, you just can maintain really, really good GPM, but that's not dying is not an option, pretty much. Let's see. Shaman's Headdress finished on Pebbles. Interesting. I thought he was going to go the more carry route, but I guess he feels he needs it. He does have his what do you call it, slab skin, which definitely does minus 40% debuffs. But
Repulsor has picked up another part to his Shrunken Head as well.
And he has 900 plus gold saved up, so he should have it pretty soon. They might want to wait.
Oh, speaking of waiting, that was a nice... coming into existence right there. It's like, hey, here's an Andro. What do you know? And they do take down Torturer. Busca low on mana, though, is going to be dragged right into that weed field. Nice rocket coming out from Chipper, though, does kind of spook him off because it's obviously just so ponage. And they all scatter like little girls.
Yep. That's pretty much what happened. Korok, let's see after that. Yeah, 970. So Shaman's Head, you actually saw he tanked quite a bit, especially with the focus buffer from Chipper. Yeah, you were saying about their late game. Well, Hag obviously can pretty much, like Repulsor, can farm easily. They have similar spells for farming, similar cooldowns as, yeah.
Doesn't do that much with his ultimate if you can't get it off.
Still needs a bit of oiling.
Yeah. Definitely needing a little bit of oiling. 7 and 9. He has been improving, but he's still having one hell of a time of it so far.
I hear an Amphora. Yep. Up top.
There it comes into these woods. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Ba-boom! Headshot.
Yep, and Amphora instantly is like, bye-bye, Busca. Yeah, but that was nice. That's just why, like you were saying, it's so good. How do you stop that? Like, you have wards put in strategic locations so you can see the TPs, but when they go into the jungle there, it's just, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, that is one of Pebble's major drawbacks is his mana pool, and if you get someone that can eliminate that problem and increase his gank, potential, they're a great combo. It's an excellent combo because you can get you can fill his mana back up, take him where you need to get a gank off. He can land his stun because he's got the portal key, and then follow his stun up with a Nymph Zeal right at the last second, and you're golden. So, yeah, it's a very deadly combination that I always love having on my side.
As we actually have a pause from Legion team, I guess we can Blessed or pick up on Wretched Hag.
And Codex on Pebbles. Codex 1 on Pebbles. That's
nice. Well, they do have a lot of squishy targets.
Yeah, continuing his mana or magic damage process. I guess instead of going for like a what is the other thing I see Pebbles pick up? I don't play him myself, but spell shards. I've been seeing him pick up spell shards. I don't know if they do that in this high of tier game or not, but that is something I'll see him pick up on occasion.
Yeah, well, spell shards is probably better for people who have people do get them on Pebbles, but Pebbles more of a single target hero, and I think Codex probably better. Can I say better bang for the buck?
And he gets more survivability with it, just a little bit, anyways. But there is some of that as well.
With what, the Codex?
Yeah, it gives him some strength.
I forgot. Yeah, it doesn't have any strength components, but yeah, it does actually give all stats +3.
Yep, I remember that used to be part of the thought process on that, getting just that little nudge more HP.
Really? I didn't realize that was a consideration, but yeah. I do forget that it has it just because it doesn't really take the component, but it gives actually, yeah, +3, +3. Interesting. Trying to remember if at one point, like, I can't even remember why it has that, if it took other items except for sticks now. But it's been so long since I actually remember from Dota.
Yeah, I can't recall. I want to say that it required a bracer of some sort. Not the item bracer, but the not ogre gauntlet. No, I want to say it did take an ogre gauntlet from back in the Dota days. But anyways, since you guys don't know what Dota is, let's try and keep on what we got here. What is the what's it looking like here for this? I mean, Dr. Repulsor's been keeping a respectable level. He is of equal level with Thunderbringer, and his farm has nudged up just a little. He's at 241, but still just not having that that awesome of a time yet. Still working. Did he go ahead and cash in his gold yet, or no? He died there at the when we saw he had 900, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. So he doesn't have his BKB quite or shrunken head yet.
I was at the bottom over there. It was just a little bit too far out.
Well, he knew that they were there. They just pulled off a swap kill there on whoever that poor soul was.
Though. They kind of hung around on the side. I don't think he realized they were still there. That's probably what happened. He knew they were there, but he thought they left. I guess he should have waited a little bit too long. That's just.
And I think you mentioned the Blessed Orb on Wretched.
Yeah, so I would assume. I don't know. I suppose Nullstone. I mean, that's always the safe route, and that's.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like sometimes you say you'd go for Called Sheepstick, but I guess one or the other. But I assume Nullstone with the Thunderbringer ult, and then Repulsor can just jump him.
Yeah, Thunder,
fish.
Repulsor, well, Magic, Andro.
The fish, not so much. I guess he wants the Andro swap. Like those. Andromeda stun, I don't think he can.
Yeah, the fish isn't so deadly, but
the fish takes long enough. He can disjoint with a blink, but the Andromeda, I think, would hit him too soon. Like the range of the stun and the time it takes for him to actually blink, I don't think he can get away.
What do you think this Chipper's going to go for next here? Now that he has his staff and he's been sitting on that for a while, what is his gold sitting at? He is sitting on 2,150.
I suppose spell shards, but maybe he'll go Sheepstick or something. I guess just wait and see if he picks up a Blessed Orb, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
He doesn't really need Nullstone. I mean, he does have the focus buffer, and like they could all get Nulls on his team, but the disables are actually going to come in handy. Like Hag can do it because Hag's a lot squishier than he is. He already has Staff of the Master and a Blessed Orb. He's 1851 Hag's like 1200.
Yeah, that definitely does add a little bit extra survivability to both of them there as well. So.
Yeah, as for the rest of them, so Pebbles, I'm not sure. So he got the Codex. I wonder if he's going to upgrade it like repeatedly or if he's going to leave it at level 1 just for the extra damage when he's single target. I assume he's going to go for the Myrmidon. He's the easiest target to take out. That's, yeah, I think so. Because Thunderbeak's actually pretty buff. He's got a Staff of the Master. Not really. He chose to go Ghost Marchers. I'm not really a fan of Ghost Marchers on Thunderbringer, although I get it. Like, to keep up with someone and to nuke them is definitely something that you need in a team fight, but I kind of always appreciate the Steam Boots on Thunderbringer over Ghost Marchers, the extra stats for your nuking, and also, I mean,
you can switch them for survivability, you can use it for that extra nuking power, to have that little bit of reserve mana.
Yeah. I mean, the range on his spells is pretty long, so I don't really see him needing it, but... Ooh. Bolt someone for the lulls, and then find the ward. Do it? He's not gonna do it, is he?
Nope.
That's just beautiful. He could have. Why not just bolt one? It's actually something I like to do whenever I'm near, like, because you can one-shot the range archer with a bolt at level 4. So I just do it randomly at the wave. I mean, it's worth it. I just do it.
Good little extra instantaneous gold pickup.
Yeah.
Here comes the juke with the chipper. Oh, are they gonna get? Oh, they get everything to be wasted on him. Nice. They go and do everything. Weed Field, Carp, Swap, Comet Stun, Torturer Stun, and that's going to cost them as the nice spray coming out from Chipper.
That was beautiful,
they
honestly.
They are going to catch the Thunderbringer here as Torturer doing quite a bit of damage. And Pebble says, get the hell away from me, and chucks him back up there. Witchlayer going ahead and getting a little bit of an assist going. Oh, Chipper. We're right as we were bragging at you for your barrage. Is Wretched? Wow. Okay, Pebbles was up there too. So nicely done. 4 for. Well, actually, that was a genocide, wasn't it? Thunderbringer bought back. He had to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a genocide going out for in exchange for a Witch Slayer. So very
That
nicely done.
barrage, I don't know exactly how he was clicking on his screen, but that looked so good.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
Just they were all
if you had a
traveling at almost
slow-mo,
the exact same distance too. I
yeah,
mean, they weren't even really cast at a different time.
yeah.
Just a nice little fan effect. And
If you had
most of
like
them
a slow-mo of like the pebbles blinking in there and his combo, the hag ulting, and then the barrage after that, that spread.
we need to
That's
play that
pretty.
at like 4th of July
Yeah.
and just have that as be our new thing.
Spell shards picked up on Thunderbringer. That'll be nice. Level 1 at the moment. Let's see. I wonder if he's gonna actually get a barrier idol. I don't think he will on pebbles because they do have the focus buffer already. So I don't think they're worried about the squishier targets. Like Witch Slayer and
Codex
M4,
level
as long
2.
as as long as they get their stuff off, then that's just they're happy. Has he finished his tablet of command? Nope. He's got himself a Mystic Vestments on top of that, so gonna survive as long as he possibly can. Basically, if anyone picks up the spell shards, just one vestment would kind of counteract the amount of gold spent on the spell shards. Level 3, you will do a little more damage, but overall, yeah, it's people consider it a waste. I don't know if I'd say that, especially on someone like Thunderbringer, but
Oh no, Thunderbringer definitely needs
yeah,
the spell shards to increase his in-game potential. Because otherwise, I mean, if you don't get it and they get magic res, then you're at even greater a disadvantage. So it's definitely a nice pickup on Thunderbringer. That's the one thing that I have noted about Thunderbringer is that from the past to now, you actually see him a lot more in games because he has much more of an in potential if he can pick up his level 3 spell shards. He can still dish out a decent amount of damage even when they have all that magic res that they've built up over the game. So
yeah. I think he
that's
was
my
originally
opinion,
picked up, but
but
then he got nerfed. I think his third spell had a 1,000 AoE range. I don't remember. It was a while back.
yeah, I want to say it did. Now it's
And then
800.
yeah, I think a few heroes like that. I think the Devourer had that to his strengthening, and then the Vindicator had it. I think
Yep.
they've been tweaked back and forth though, so I can't really remember exactly like to keep track of them offhand. I'm sorry, but I don't remember. I just know that the numbers have been tweaked on all those heroes that gain or that have like AoE abilities.
Did they switch
like
the
that.
Alchemist Bones back yet
Nope.
to the
It's
new
still...
modified version?
No, they haven't.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, me being the awesome guy I was, didn't read the patch notes after that, and picked those up lovingly, and was regretting it therefore after.
I heard him for a TP.
Yep,
They
she did,
came-
as that's
Yeah.
kind of an odd place to go.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, they do go ahead and pick pick up a few kills there, but unfortunately did leave Witch Slayer and Nymphora in a horrid positioning. Thunderbringer now going to be eating another combo from... Oh, and Yoda picking up the kill, too, on that. So nicely done to him as a near genocide going out. 4 on the Hellborn team going down to the 2 for the Legion. So a nice Nymphora ultimate, even though it did cost her and her other support brethren their lives.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you want to do it. If you have a team fight and the only ones who died were the supports, then it's just how you play the game. They do have a
sacrifice the life
counter
of
ward
one.
there. Yeah, for the greater good.
Oh, they do have the counter
Comrades.
ward. They just didn't get the opportunity to make use of it at all.
Yeah, you can tell they're eyeing it. Like,
Yeah, that counter ward actually, does it have some damage delta? Oh no, that's like life bar. Never mind.
yeah, they want it so bad.
There's a ping. What is that for?
That's from Blue though. That's from Jaw.
Yeah, what's he doing?
The range on Andromeda is so bad. He can't hit it.
There we go.
Wow. Andromeda's range was so bad that he was trying to inch his way forward to like walk up like a melee would.
Well, when you're dealing with 400, I mean, if she was a guy, she'd be claiming that it's 600, and then, you know,
Yeah.
it just come down to the facts.
Yep. Can't argue with the facts.
I do miss seeing that in the olden days of Dota, back whenever I played and competitive was not such a major thing, but you'd see the carry Spectre,
Vengeful?
I guess what was her name?
Vengeful Spirit.
Vengeful, yeah, Vengeful.
Yeah, I remember. It's like I was like, whoa, like a butterfly and a Bariza. Crazy damage.
She did. She had some decent little potential there, but I mean, obviously, versus many of the carries that are in this game now, she is just so much better at being a support than being any kind of a carry.
Yeah. Well, a lot of carries got hit pretty hard when they changed the. Well, I guess in HoN it's the Savage Mace when it got the True Strike ability in Dota, and it's just Butterfly became pretty much useless. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. So yeah, they decreased the cost, huh? I haven't played that much since the patch, although today I played quite a few games, but they decreased the cost on the Savage Mace, right? Slayer takes 2200 or something.
That they did, and they also removed a halberd and the other weapon type object as there we go. Nice couple pickoffs coming out for the Hellborn. Pebbles running up in an odd. Whoa! He juked him, that's for sure. Wasn't expecting that, as he's going to be most likely taken down pretty easily here. I think he was expecting a little more backup than what he got, but his team was ready to evacuate. And wow, look at the damage from her. Oh, it's double damage. That's why. I was like, jeez, what is that? An illusion TPing? But no, that's that was very unfortunate for the Legion here. They are going to go ahead and try and push. They weakened down Dr. Repulsor pretty heavily, and going to go ahead and nudge the creep wave forward, and then probably go elsewhere.
Yeah, nice swap from Andromeda, saving the Repulsor. Definitely would have died. Let's see. Looks like yep, they do have a ward there from zzrick. Over at that little spot, so they definitely know they're there. There's a ward from zzrick over on the ramp in mid. A nice spot over there. It's one of the spots it's not generally countered, so it sits there a little bit longer. And there's otherwise ward coverage. I don't really see much else from.
Legion doesn't have anything out at the moment, do they?
Well, it may be off cooldown. I mean, they had a couple that were countered, but I don't know. Let me see. Does Amphora has counters? All right, Witchslayer does have a ward on him, so I guess I'll put it up sometime soon. In the meantime, Thunderbringer, I assume he has spell shards. Nope, only spell shards too. Gold-wise, he has. Yeah, he'll have it after this. Gonna pick up his level 3 shards.
That'll be nice. That'll give him just that little bit more extra potential to go ahead and annihilate poor little Witchslayer at the beginning of each fight. Witchslayer having picked up a portal key as well. I don't know if we've touched on that yet.
Witchslayer, nope. I was wondering about that because it took a while, but definitely he was helping out with the support, so has himself a portal key.
Tablet command finished on Amphora. Chipper has his sheep stick. And Pebbles, does he have his level 5 codex now? So, wow. Been working on it.
Yep, working it all day.
Oh, and Wretched went ahead and went for the Kuldras too.
Yeah, has Shrunken Head now too. Yeah, it's definitely an option. Like, against this much magic damage from the Hellborn, going the Kuldra Sheepstick and then getting Shrunken Head after. Oop. Blind Blink.
Oh. Did pick up a creep kill, but...
yeah. Oh, I guess it's worth it.
Mildly worth it.
Yeah, so
Better
what was
than
I
nothing.
saying? Right, so against this much, they figure that, like I was saying, there's a lot of things to nullify. So figures just the Shrunken Head. And then it's pretty much don't really need the Nullstone. Gold-wise, it's actually cheaper, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 39 for the Shrunken. And then Nullstone is, yeah, it's 48.50, so... It's a lot cheaper to actually go for the... I mean, stat-wise, that's how people get it. The regen and the stats... On the Nullstone, you can actually farm better. That's why I like Madman also. You can just pretty much perpetually farm with it. And Shrunken is not as easy, but getting the Colored Sheepstick will take care of any farm she possibly needs, or I mean the mana regen issues.
Wow, look at that counter. That was placed almost exactly. Did they see him throw down that ward or what? Because they had it right next to it. They had a little buddy revelation ward there for it. So they do go ahead and counter all of the Legion wards yet again.
I think you noticed, because they do have a ward over there outside their base.
As they've all been revealed now with the Thunderbringer ultimate. Wretched Hag having to pop her Shrunken Head. Does try and get out of there. She did blink away. Is she going to get out? Witchslayer gets shoved into his grave in an odd direction. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we do have work still being done on the Hellborn.
Wretched Hag gonna live. That's unfortunate.
Oh. Wait, whose side are you on? No. As they, unfortunate for one, but very fortunate for another. As the, Pebbles keeps trying to go for that toss, unfortunately.
Nah, that was, he thought he was going to dodge
Try and juke, yeah, go down. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's completely juking and just confusing everyone who has no idea where the hell he went. And he's safely back at base now.
It's always frustrating when you have so many people after him and he just went somewhere, and that's the kind of thing you actually watch people for. Like, where did he go? And they see him like walk into their own lane. That sucks. But yeah, the most obvious spot would have been the one that he stunned, to actually go in there and try to TP out in the fog. But
yeah, that little spot, that little juke hole that's there that you can notch back into. I've seen lots of people try, and then of course most people know about that spot too, so they'll just sit there and turn around or try and desperately get vision at the last second. Folks, buffer coming out onto Pebbles.
It's kind of one of those situations where if you can walk farther, then do it. It's always safer. If you have to TP out really, really fast because people are coming from every possible angle, then, you know, TP out and see what happens. But in his case, he knew they were all behind him, so he just kept rolling and just made it out of there just fine. Threw out a little flare, too, before he left.
Bearer idle on Torturer. I think you mentioned that, didn't you?
Actually, I didn't. I was wondering. I think I was saying he was going to go for it instead of Shrunken, since he was picking up the Shaman's Headdress earlier on in the game, but I didn't actually notice him picking it up. He actually does have a Mighty Blade now, so either Staff for the Master or Shrunken. I assume Shrunken. In any event, I think Thunderbringer should go Shrunken too. He's their main source of damage right now. Well, with the Repulsor. But he just dies in every fight way too quickly. Unless Andromeda can swap him out, but I think he's reserving it for the Repulsor, so he should get Shrunken, in my opinion. I mean, he has the items he needs. Staff of the Master, Spell Shards. He can get Refresher, but...
another tower going down. Yeah, that I'm not sure 100% on where I am on that, but I'll leave that discussion up to you, since I'm not well known for my competitive insight.
On what?
On you were talking about Thunder, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far you were talking about what he was getting next.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really anything. It's just, if he's dying too much, then he just, you know, what do you do to stop it? The only thing you can really do is get a Shrunken, or unless he gets Shaman's Headdress. But, I mean, there is a Barrier Rattle in play for them right now, so maybe he'll survive with that. I don't know, but if he dies way too soon, he basically gets his ultimate off and one spell, then dead. So.
Yeah, lots of damage coming up from the Legion, as they're playing a cat and mouse kind of game here. They are spotted. Oh, never mind. Apparently they decided they wanted some mice, so Dr. Repulsor goes flying in. A swap coming out to save his butt, as now he's going to face off against Pebbles. Does dodge the stun with his Shrunken Head. We already have one of the Hellborn down. Not very important. Andromeda, as Wretched Hag goes down. Torturer going down now. Who's next? Pebbles falling on his backside once again. To the combo from Myrmidon. Thunderbringer gets the thunder brought home. As oh, so close on that heel. So close.
He should have shoved himself, unless it was, I think it was on cooldown though.
So apparently
Ow.
Riser's not too pleased with the results of that either. As Myrm goes down. There's the genocide. I think that we were pretty close to a GG here. If they can manage to push this tower down, that's going to be pretty disheartening to the Hellborn so far, since the last several fights have been going down. I mean, the last, probably handful of fights. Let's look. Oh, yeah, that's right. 28,000 experience lead and 24,000 gold lead. So, yeah, I'd say 3, 4, 5 fights. That's been ending pretty well in the Legion's favor.
In case anyone, I didn't even realize. I mean, you could tell it was going one way, 56.
Yeah,
it
was going pretty bad there for a while. But I mean, it didn't seem like it was god awful. But because you saw Repulsor starting to pick his farm back up. I mean, he's sitting at 271, which is higher than what I saw him just a moment ago. But Thunderbringer's continually been dropping off. Chipper's stayed pretty much where he is, and Pebbles climbing to the top of the heap with 398 gold per minute. So very respectable there. And Wretched Hag also picking up a good farm as of late as well. She didn't have that best of a start, but...
Yeah. Same for Chipper, bumped back up. He always had a decent one, but it was going like up a little bit down. But he's been hovering around the same throughout the entire game. He's at about like 350 almost. Item-wise, I don't think I noticed what he was picking up next, did I? Yeah, he did go for a Calder Sheepstick in the end.
Yeah, he went ahead and picked that up. Picked that up at the same time that Wretched went ahead and grabbed hers.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely going to be worthwhile. Yeah, I thought they were going to get Nullstone. Like I said, the Shrunken Head over on Wretched Hag is going to prove to be more useful.
Nullstone on Dr. Repulsor, though, which, you know, It's just pretty typical on him, just
Yeah.
because of his extra regen that he needs from it.
Yeah, pretty much. He
Not a
does have
huge
strength
amount of clickies, though, over on the Legion side.
cookies. Oh, well, there is the...
I know that that's his
on-
standard thing, but I was just trying to think of extra bonus points for picking
well,
it up.
It could be removed from the mana drain from Witch Slayer, but his ult and his Hex, then Hag's Haunt, and then the Pebbles toss, I suppose, pretty much.
Yeah, there's still a decent amount of it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen games where he'll pick it up where there's maybe 1 or 2 people that he's actually doing much of any countering to. But because it's just such a nice item on him, gives him survivability, and the mana regen from it's really excellent.
Yeah.
And it's a little more pieceable together whenever you're not having the greatest of games.
Yeah, in that game where there's only one, I actually prefer a Sacrificial Stone. The cost is kind of the same. It's like 100 extra for a Sac Stone over a Null Stone. If there's only one, but I mean in this case there are a couple. And
they
for
did
the
drop the
utility,
cost of the not pickled brain. What is it called in this one? Is it pickled brain in this? Looks like a brain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The mana
And
portion.
I suppose it's pickled because it's exposed and it's...
Yeah, it is pickled brain. Wow, that's like the first time I've said something and assumed that it was the Dota name, and then it was not. So, but yeah, so that's a little more. That's another one of those items that when they tweak something, probably meaning for it to be tweaked for another item, it ends up pulling on the other side of the tapestry and changing it up just a little bit. So making that a little more affordable.
It's not that bad. I mean, Sacrificial Stone's not picked up as often.
No, I used to see it tons of the time in Dota, but yeah, you never see it here.
Well, they nerfed it. They nerfed it pretty hard. It loses a lot more charges than it used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd never read it that closely. Of course, I think I've maybe picked it up once or twice since I've played HoN, so it's not a huge pickup for me typically.
Yeah, it's like on death it removes half, and I think it used to remove 2 for dying instead of half.
Oh wow! Back in the old original Dota days, didn't it only take 1 charge per death, and then you kept that there? And
yeah,
because I want to remember that was on Storm Spirit. That was so imba on Storm Spirit.
Yeah. When it first came out, it was it was retarded. The Bloodstone was just the speed at which you gained them, and you never lost them. But yeah, it used to be. I think you removed 2 on death in HoN, and then they changed it to removing a half.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I know it was nerfed. So was Nullstone, for that matter. The recharge time on the Null effect was nerfed too. Like at one point it was picked up every time. I think the cost was also reduced at one point too. I can't remember offhand. Like
they're usually pretty good about trying to do that. They'll try and tweak, a little bit here. Say, well, we nerfed it, but let's reduce the cost and.
Yeah, it's the same with Tablet. Like it used to give the stats, and they changed it for some reason. I guess because it was so cheap, and then people would get it in the extra stats. They felt it was unfair, but then they changed it back again. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it kind of comes back to the different items that are implemented and changed and altered in different ways. So they're like, okay, well, it was imp before, but now there's more options for them to be able to do something else. So if they want to go that route, they can. If they want to go the other one at a different cost, then they can. So. I'm not sure. It's a good pickup. You definitely see Tablet picked up quite often, as we get to see Pebbles and Chipper jump in here and try and pick up some kills. Andro, a nice little juke swap going out there to just try and confuse this poor Pebbles, who has a Behemoth's Heart, by the way. Going to be going down with his token, eats a weed field. They're trying to get this guy out of their base, but he brought some chips and drinks and stuff.
He's a tickle me Elmo right now.
Yeah, that's about absolutely right, since he's not taking no damage. As Chipper unfortunately though they are just sticking around a little bit too long here. I think they're trying to have a little fun with their ultra mega lead.
Wait, what? Hellflower on Amphora.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't do much for his survivability. Korok going huge right now and going down.
The blink. But I got one too, he says, and jumps in, brings him down to 16 HP. Oh, so sad for poor Pebbles. That was so close.
If only he had spell shards, that would have killed him, huh?
Oh yeah, see? There you go. Why would you go for so much survivability? Just more damage. Just keep stacking damage. That's how you win.
Yeah, but serious though, the minus 40% debuff duration, and then he has the Behemoth's Heart.
What was the old Behemoth's Heart for the Intel? I know that's another item that they've altered. They had the Behemoth's Heart, that it did something different for Intel heroes. What was it did for Intel heroes? Didn't it change damage?
It didn't. Yeah, no, that was Agi, right? It was cooldown reduction. Yeah.
Cooldown reduction. That's right. Okay.
It still does it, right?
I didn't think so. I thought that they changed it to where it was universal.
To look. No, what they changed was that you still gain the effect, but the extra percent HP regen was only for strength, but now it's across the board for any attribute.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought that they made it all the same for everyone. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Again, me not reading items, just grabbing them and having fun with them, and staying in my 1700s bracket.
Nah, it's like a lot of these things I know, like, sort of, but I don't know exactly, so I just...
As we're going to see another rack set go down here. 62 to 38, 28,000 experience lead. I mean, they really haven't changed that, but when you're getting this late in the game and you're starting to have a 25 on a squad there, you're kind of hitting that XP cap. That gap's not going to be able to grow much more.
Yeah, at a certain point. That's why some people, when they scratch their head when the game goes for like 80 minutes, and they're like, wow, we have the same EXP per minute.
Yeah, that's strange. We're all level 25. Eventually some point it balances out because you hit a cap. But that gold per minute can keep going up, and it is actually a 32,000 gold lead currently for the Legion. And that is just absolutely massive. And if I were the Legion team, I'd probably be getting out of this game because I just couldn't bear it much longer.
Yeah.
It's not like they've played poorly. It's just that they had a really bad start, and they just haven't. Well, not necessarily bad start. It's just that some of their key players haven't had really the best. Like the poor Korok on that Dr. Repulsar has been having a hell of a time for the longest time. And is getting baited into an Amphora kill here. He will get the kill, and unfortunately Pebbles, instead of going to help out an Amphora, is like, hey, there's a Thunderbringer back here. It's cool if I get him, right?
Yep. Prime target.
Oh, portal key. The portal key chase going down. He doesn't care what else is happening here. He's got a mission. Pebbles is going to take people down. He's taking down Torturer. Wretched Hag getting a nice bat blast off. And, uh-oh. He's out of gas.
Yeah.
So here we go. Oh, the concede before the defeat. So a well-played game. I don't know. It was well played, but look at that Busca, 27-6. That just shows you how nasty a friggin' Pebbles can be. Why you see him banned so often, so many times. But wow, yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to say on the game?
Yep. Pebbles is one big fella. Nah, nothing really to say. It's just from the beginning throughout the game was kind of leaning towards the Legion's favor.
Yeah, they had a great start at bottom.
Kind of hard to recover. Repulsor just got taken out over and over again. In general, just saying which Slayer is considered like the hardest counter to Dr. Repulsor, just because even if he gets the Nullstone like he usually does, then you just mana drain it. But the long-term disables on Witch Slayer, and considering how squishy Repulsor actually is, it's like Hag. If you can lock her down, she's effectively like just toast. So yeah. Anyway, it was fun game to watch.
Yeah, definitely entertaining. Definitely appreciate that you were able to join me. Thank you much for putting off whatever it was you were putting off to come and help here. So thank you once again, Onaprayer, and thank you all for watching. Again, we are, I think, now over 1,100 subscribers. So that's just plain awesome. And if you guys are not subscribed and you're still watching, go ahead and feel free to subscribe. It is free. And I guess we will catch you guys next time.